Hello, everybody. My name is Somi from Her Invisible Prowess. Thank you so much for tuning in today's collective reading. I hope you're having a wonderful holidays with you and your family. Um, Today's reading, I'm just gonna free float it and see what comes up. Please always take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And let's get started. Let's start with Threads of Karma. Ooh, wow. This is a very, very powerful message here. It says, trust the path ahead. Trust the unfolding of your life. Every step is part of your journey to becoming who you're meant to be. Wow, that is such a great way to start in today's reading. And next to it is release the soul burden. What you carry in silence still shapes your path. Speak it, feel it, and finally let it go. So it's definitely clear that you're someone that's thinking about the next stage in your life. You're thinking more long term, and you're being led by the heart, by your heart's intuition at this time, and you're no longer holding back. You're definitely more than ready to be yourself, whatever that may be for you. Take what resonates. Your standard of living does not necessarily it doesn't necessarily um, it may not make sense to anybody else but yourself. Okay. Yeah, every part of your journey is your journey of becoming who you're meant to be. So this is definitely something that you're meant to do. This is something you're born to do. Okay, you're being led here on a very soul level, and it truly speaks to you in your deepest uh, core level. Okay, let's see what else. You're definitely being guided to set healthy boundaries. You're definitely someone who is very protective of your own energy, whether that be um, other people's BS, like pettiness, um, energies that really do not align with you anymore. You're being called to protect your own energy because your energy, as you understand, is very finite. Okay, and perhaps also at this time, it says, shatter the false story. What you keep telling yourself might not be the truth. Break the illusion and meet your soul without the mask. Wow. So there's definitely some shedding here of old beliefs, old narratives that you keep telling yourself, what you're going to amount to be, who you get to be, who you get to become more specifically. It's about leaving behind that illusion. You know that, playing small and shrinking to fit a certain mold, to fit a certain standard of society, is not aligning to your true path on a soul level, okay? Let's get more clarity with a tarot card here. Let's see. This is Ethereal Visions Tarot. This is one of my favorite decks. Yeah, so, okay. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. So you definitely had some sort of breakthrough, right? So this profound truth, this is causing a major shift in your life, okay? And Ace of Cups, the Well, Eight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. So this definitely tells me that this is something that's going to ignite you from the heart. And now you're tapping into this unlimited source of, universal source of abundance, universal source of infinite knowledge here. And there's a huge chapter here that's being closed for you because you're stepping into your abundance here, which is Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is definitely representative of your financial security, literally spreading your own wings and learning how to fly. okay? It's pursuing your soul path, whatever it is that ignites you. It's setting you up for the longevity here, the long term, okay? Which maybe something that you didn't always have in mind. You really had to grow out of, you know, being immature and always thinking of the now, the present. And you're definitely being challenged to see things in the long term, which is really, really hard for someone who can be short-sighted sometimes, who may doesn't really necessarily see the importance of things that are in long term. Delayed gratification here comes into play, and you're definitely taking a mature step into the next stage of your life here. Let's see what else. Ooh. Ooh. Justice. So there's definitely some sort of karmic justice gonna be restoring things into balance. Your life right now may not feel balanced at this point. There may be a lot of instability at this time. So karmic justice is definitely gonna be placed. It's definitely gonna come into play into your life, okay? Some more balance, more stability, more fairness. You reap what you sow, okay? Literally, she is tending to her garden, okay? And whatever you reap, you will absolutely sow, if not tenfold, literally. Let's see what else. Yeah, so when people see you in this Nine of Pentacles energy, there may be some jealousy around you that may be coming from your closest friends, maybe even family. Like, where did this even come from? They thought they have you figured out, but here you are, you're just being yourself. You're not necessarily like trying to compete for anybody's attention or anything like that. And in a way, you do have to defend your own energy and be protective of that energy, as we saw in the previous cards. Let's see what else. The moon. This is you right now, okay? You're looking into the stars. You're looking into the moon, despite of the situation and current circumstances that you're in right now, which may include a lot of uncertainty, a lot of instability. You know in your heart that this is not forever. This struggle is only temporary, okay? And you're really being guided. You're being led to this future, which you see is the Nine of Pentacles here, okay? Your hopes and your aspirations, they're not going to be just a figment of your imagination. They're going to be materialized into this physical reality, and then everybody else will see it too eventually, okay? Yeah, so whatever this next stage is in your life, you're definitely going to be pushed into this lock-in season with your head down and just basically grind, do the deep work, whatever it is. Maybe you could be a content creator and you have to push content. You have to post. You have to do all these things to attain your following, your community, your life, your audience, okay? And there's definitely some planning here, some strategizing how you could accomplish X, Y, and Z. So you're really starting to lock in here. Let's see what else is in the cards for you. Spirit, please show the collective what needs to be known. Oh, and we have Six of Wands. Regardless of the struggle, regardless of these trials and maybe even tribulations, victory is assured. This is what Six of Wands communicates. Okay? And let's see what else. Temperance. Wow. A lot of major arcanas are popping through here. So this is definitely something you're being guided to do in a spiritual level. And literally the angels are guiding you, they're protecting you, they're providing the way for you, for this to be established, for this to be done. Ways are literally opening up for you, doorways are opening up for you. And like I said, victory is surely at hand. If you really resonated with this reading, please give this video a like, share this with your friends, comment down below what part of this message resonates with you the most. Follow all of my social media, and that would really greatly support me. And I hope you have a good one. Bye.